What do you think about what he's saying?
I think that's a good idea, but I mean, it's been 2 years now, and he did rush himself in the family. It was kind of moved all so fast. We saw each other once a month at first, but the first 6 months, then he moved to the town.
Okay. Well, I've got some questions about that, and then I have a question or two for Dan here. Dan is the one who wrote into the show, and he has some serious concerns about this relationship at many different levels. Not just the affection between the two, not just that it seems like they're the couple instead of this being the couple, but some other concerns, some that have to do with safety. We'll talk about all that right after the break.
If you ask me, Lori is obsessed with John. John loves to show Lori affection. He'll hold her hand, he'll put his arm around her. I do find it creepy. Lori's been attacked by John. This is one adoption reunion that has gone off the rails.
Tomorrow,
Chris Watts murdered his children and wife in cold blood.
Chris Watts' shocking admission to investigators, exclusively on Dr. Phil.
What he reveals in his 5-hour confession.
The disturbing details of how he really killed his young daughters.
With nothing left to lose, Chris Watts finally tells the truth.
Tomorrow on a Dr. Phil exclusive. Then on Thursday.
Your mom is psycho and I can't stand her.
You don't care if you're traumatizing your child.
At that point, no. I still love you. You are still part of me.
That's not love.
Stop. Stop speaking for my daughter.
That's Thursday.
Dan reached out to me because he has problems with the relationship that his wife Lori has with her son that she recently reunited with, recently being 2 years. Here's what he has to say.
This relationship with Lori and John is tearing the family apart. John definitely has injected himself into our family. Lori wants John to be included in absolutely everything we do. John moved to the town we lived 6 months after we had met him. He had changed a portion of his last name to include my last name, which we all thought was pretty odd.
John and I are just inseparable. We have such a strong connection.
Lori and John spend hours on the phone with each other.
John and I hang out at home. We do chores together. We watch TV together like Dr. Phil and The Bachelor. We make cookies. We make pies together.
If you ask me, Lori is obsessed with John. Lori has totally been consumed with John's life, leaving me and my girls like we're taking a backseat. John loves to show Lori affection. He'll hold her hand, he'll put his arm around her, kiss her cheeks.
We'll sit together under a blanket and we'll watch TV close together. I just call it being close. It makes us happy.
It does cross a boundary. I do find it creepy. John is violent. Lori's been attacked by John over the past 2 years at least a dozen times.
He has hit me. He has choked me. He's bit me. I've had a bruise on my arm or my face. One time I was bit in my face, one time on my chest.
John has threatened to stab me before.
About 6 months ago, John got upset and he turned around and backhanded me with his elbow in my eye. I got a huge black eye.
I was just fed up. Got in my car, went over to John's house and returned the favor and punched him. He ended up with a concussion and a split forehead. He's very unpredictable and never know when or what will trigger him to go off.
That's not true because he's never been dangerous around anybody except for me.
Yet. If you ask me, this is one adoption reunion that has gone off the rails.
Does he have a right to be concerned here?
He has a right to be concerned with my safety, yes. But I don't feel like we are creepy in any way.
What is your greatest concern here?
Well, my ultimate greatest concern is for my wife's safety.
You say this has gotten to the point that this could actually threaten the marriage.
It pretty much already has.
Already has?
Yes.
And what about it threatens the marriage?
I mean, it could be a little bit of my jealousy over their relationship and what she doesn't show to me as much anymore.
She is affectionate with him. She's physically affectionate with him.
Yeah.
She loves him, loves on him, hugs him, pats him.
I almost feel like I'm kind of competing with another man to date my wife almost.
If you didn't know, if you didn't know this was mother and son, biological mother and son, and you watched this not knowing that, you might conclude this was a couple, correct? Would you agree with that? If you didn't know?
Yeah.
If you just looked at it blind, you'd say, cute couple.
We've had, friends of ours and people say to us, that they almost look more like the couple. Like when they post pictures online, on social media, they'll say,